Imagine a world where you own only what you need. Does that sound liberating, or does it make you feel uncomfortable? Now let's think about it for a moment. We're surrounded by a constant push to acquire more, to have the latest and greatest. It's so pervasive we scarcely notice it. It's like the air we breathe, yet it shapes our lives in profound ways. This omnipresent force is known as consumerism. This leads us to an important question. What exactly is consumerism? Consumerism as a term is often thrown around, but do we really understand what it means? Let's peel back the layers of this concept and delve deeper. In its simplest form, consumerism is a social and economic order that encourages the acquisition of goods and services in ever-increasing amounts. It's about the constant buying and consuming of products driven by a belief that it's good for us and for our economy. From an economic perspective, consumerism fuels growth. The more people buy, the more demand there is for products. This demand then drives production, which in turn creates jobs and contributes to economic expansion. In a nutshell, our constant consumption keeps the wheels of the economy turning. But it's not just about supply and demand. Consumerism is also a mindset, a cultural phenomenon shaped by societal pressures and advertising. We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with messages telling us to buy more, that the latest product or gadget will make our lives better, happier, more fulfilled. Advertising plays a significant role in promoting this consumerist mindset. It creates desires and convinces us that we need things we might not actually need. It taps into our emotions, our hopes, and our fears. It sells us a lifestyle, an image, a dream. This constant exposure to advertising, coupled with societal pressures, can lead us to equate happiness and success with material possessions. And this is where the societal perspective comes into play. Consumerism shapes our values and our behaviors. It influences how we view ourselves and others. It can lead to a culture of excess where we're always striving for more, always wanting the next big thing. But it's important to remember that consumerism is not inherently bad. It's a driving force behind our economy. It can spur innovation, and it can improve our quality of life. The key is to be mindful consumers, to question our needs versus our wants, and to understand the impact of our consumption habits. So we see that consumerism is not just about buying, it's about a mindset that has profound influences on our economy and society. Now that we understand what consumerism is, it's time to delve into its impact. Consumerism, like many other aspects of our society, has both positive and negative consequences. On the bright side, consumerism is a powerful engine for economic growth. By constantly seeking the newest and the best, consumers fuel demand, which in turn drives production. This cycle aids in the creation of jobs, boosts GDP, and often leads to technological progress and innovation. It's consumerism that has led to the rapid development of sectors like technology, fashion, and automobiles. However, it's important to recognize this isn't the whole story. On the flip side, consumerism can also lead to negative effects. One significant concern is environmental degradation. The increased production necessary to meet consumer demand often leads to resource depletion, pollution, and waste. Additionally, consumerism can lead to financial stress. The societal pressure to consume, to have the latest gadgets or trendiest clothes, can lead individuals to live beyond their means, resulting in debt and financial instability. And let's not forget about societal pressures. The constant desire for more can create a culture of comparison and dissatisfaction, fostering a sense of never having enough. Given these impacts, it becomes clear that our consumption patterns have far-reaching implications. Our choices as consumers don't just affect our own lives, but they reverberate throughout our society and our world. So, we've unpacked the concept of consumerism and looked at its impact. But what does this mean for us as individuals? We've delved into the understanding of consumerism, highlighting it as a socio-economic order that encourages the purchase of goods and services in ever greater amounts. We've talked about its profound influence on our economies, driving growth and innovation, and its societal impacts, shaping our values, behaviors, and even our identities. We've also explored the flip side, the environmental degradation, the perpetuation of social inequalities, and the creation of a culture of disposability and dissatisfaction. This paints a complex picture of consumerism, one that's as much about prosperity as it is about peril. It's now time for some reflection. How do your consumption patterns fit into this picture? Do they align with your values, your vision for the world? Remember, every purchase is a vote for the kind of world we want to live in, so think before you buy.